Now until Election Day, we're going to be speaking with candidates running for local, state, and federal positions here in San Diego County.
Today, we're talking about the race for the District 2 seat on the County Board of Supervisors. That position currently held by Supervisor Joel Anderson, and he is being challenged by Gina Jacobs. She joins us now to talk more about her run in this election. So, of course, Gina, thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you.
Let's start with this. What makes you the better candidate against incumbent Joel Anderson?
Absolutely, great question. So I decided to run for this seat because I wanted to be a mom, and I wanted to be a role model for my daughter and all the other residents in the county that wanted to have an opportunity to participate in their local government. I also have almost a decade of public agency experience working for the Airport Authority and now for the Port of San Diego, as well as private sector experience in program management and business operations roles. So I really feel like my experience is great and provides a fresh perspective for the county board, a 21st century perspective, bring in some fresh ideas to help out.
You're the daughter of a veteran, and of course, veteran services are a main point of your campaign overall. So let's talk about that for a moment. There's so many veterans in our community that need help. What are some of your ideas?
Yes, veterans are near and dear to my heart. My dad is a veteran, and I want to come up with programs, initiatives that really work for every veteran. They're not all the same, right? Some of them have very unique needs. When it comes to housing, resources, my dad's goes to the VA quite frequently. And so we really need to find out from those veterans directly, what are the challenges they're facing and how can the County of San Diego and the Board of Supervisors help address those challenges directly with them, and what programs are working and which ones aren't.
And so you also talk about expanding mental health and drug addiction services.
Yes.
Do you think that those two things are going to help with the homeless crisis?
They're a portion of the issue as it relates to the homeless crisis, and definitely the ones that we see are the most severe, right, that we see kind of around the community in the public eye. But we really need to triage every individual that is homeless and better understand what is their reason for their homelessness and how can we support them best. Maybe it's transitional housing, maybe it's emergency housing, maybe it's connecting them to mental health and substance abuse resources. I mean, the county just brought in an amazing option at UCSD, where Alvarado Hospital used to be, that will offer wonderful behavioral health solutions. And I think we need to keep supporting those types of programs for veterans and everyone that is suffering from homelessness or mental health and substance abuse.
So housing, obviously another big topic of concern impacting San Diegans everywhere. So what are some of your plans to try to make housing more affordable for everyone?
Housing is a problem. It's very complicated here in San Diego. And some of the programs that have been really effective are kind of like a stipend option where we're giving people a little bit of money on a monthly basis to keep them out of homelessness. And so I would like to continue to support those sort of programs. And I also think there's a lot of options to look at how we are zoning residential neighborhoods, right? So it's most single family homes, and there's an opportunity to do multiple dwelling units within a property to allow more units to be built and ease some of that housing challenges that we face. But ultimately, we need more supply countywide. And that's going to require a lot of different solutions to address that here locally.
What are your plans for creating more transparency while in office?
I think that the county board should really be responsible and transparent directly to the residents. Whatever they're working on, we should be able to have access to that information. And I hope to bring my kind of integrity and all of my professional experience to show the residents, okay, these are the problems that you're encountering. How can we fix that at the county? What are existing programs that are in place? If something's not working and it's ineffective, we need to stop that, and we need to find a solution that will work. And those solutions really should come from the residents. I mean, government doesn't have all the answers. A lot of the best solutions come directly from our residents here in San Diego.
I'm sure you've been to many of the meetings to observe what's been going on there. Name something that maybe they're doing right.
Oh, absolutely. So there's a couple of programs for seniors that provide resources to them in the rural areas of my district and District 2. That's a great program because it brings resources directly to them after they have a hospital stay to minimize return visits to the ERs and to the hospital facilities. That's something that's really working well, and we should continue and expand that program.
Well, Gina Jacobs, candidate for the District 2 seat in the County Board of Supervisors race, we want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.